Hello, welcome to C Sharp Programming .NET, the basic lesson 1 of 20 by Dr. A. Hopefully, I will be able to complete the entire lesson, but just follow my channel. You'll be able to learn everything about C Sharp programming. If you like this channel and you like this lesson, please subscribe. Just click on subscribe so that it gives us more incentive motivation to continue recording more until I can get to 20. For today lesson, we are specifically discussing objectives. After completing this objective, lesson 1, you will be able to give a high-level overview of .NET with a focus on .NET 6.0, the basis of .NET implementation going forward. Number 2, you learn architectural component of .NET. Number 3, you learn using Visual Studio 2022 for C# programming. And number 4, you learn window forms using Framework 4.0. Number 5, you learn using the .NET documentation online so that you can expand your knowledge and your horizon. Very brief, what is .NET? .NET is a Microsoft software platform for building applications for many environments. .NET is now open source and cross-platform. Number 3, .NET application can be built using multiple languages. Number 4, .NET Framework is the original implementation of .NET running on Windows. Number 5, .NET Core is a package-based implementation that is cross-platform. Number 6, .NET is the successor of .NET Core, only implementation going forward. Number 7, .NET Framework 4.0 is the latest version of classical .NET Framework. We are now on the second slide. Architectural component of .NET, libraries and tools you need to know. Microsoft and third parties provide many libraries to extend .NET. 2. Visual Studio is a full-feature integrated development environment (IDE) running on Windows for building all types of .NET applications. Number 3, Visual Studio for Mac runs on Mac computers. 4, Visual Studio Code is a lightweight code editor available for Windows, Mac, and Linux. We are now on slide number 5. Architectural components of .NET application models. Web applications on surfaces. Number 2, mobile applications. Number 2, desktop applications. Number 5, microservices is a design pattern in which apps are composed of small independent modules. We use Docker containers to combine microservices into single deployable units when it's compiled. We are now on slide number 6, architectural component managed code. .NET apps run managed code. Compilers for .NET languages generate intermediate languages, IL. All IL program does not run directly on the hardware, but it runs on a virtual machine called CLR, Common Language Runtime. The runtime provides various services such as automatic memory management. Now we are on slide number 7, using Visual Studio 2022. While it is possible you can write C# program using any text editor and compile them using command line compiler, it is very tedious to do it that way. An IDE, integrated development environment, is Visual Studio. It makes writing software much easier. 3. You may use Visual Studio 2022 throughout this course to create and compile C# programs. In this lesson, you may use the free Visual Studio 2022 Community Edition download. Next, we will do the Visual Studio demo. We will now create a simple console application using Visual Studio. You can download your Visual Studio for free using the link. Creating a console application. Now, on this console application, we are missing our code. All right, so we're creating a console applications, and the console application you will need to click the name, location, and solution in the same directory. You click 7, you click create, and then you type the code here. We will actually demonstrate this. The code, you just type integer width is 20, integer height is 5, and integer area equals to width times height. So you can get the area. This is how the code looks, copy and paste. Now, after the program runs, you can take a look at your project's properties. You click at the top where it says project, you go down to the bottom where it says properties, click on the properties. Now you can take a look at the properties of your applications as needed. We are now on slide number 13, IntelliSense. Pay attention to light bulbs next to 6 on line 6. There's a light bulb right here. Whenever you write your program, whenever you say light bulb, there's a problem with your code. It will not function, it will not run without you fixing the problem. You put your cursor on the light bulb for IntelliSense. When I put my cursor here, this opens up. This is the IntelliSense we're talking about. Problem is on line that is red. If you pay attention to this IntelliSense, this line here is a red one, dark red color. That is how you know the line that has a problem. Click the preview. There's a preview at the bottom here that says preview changes. Click on that. Number 5, the problem. Line 6 is missing a space after the WIDTH. So if you notice, this other one has space, but line 6 does not have a space. So you need to fix it. So now it's explained to you here the solution. The space is given after the width. If you click apply, it will fix the problem. Using Windows Form, you launch Visual Studio 2022. You click on Windows Form, you click create, and you click view toolbox, and number 5, you click and you create your own window forms. When you click, it will say create new project. You will see the one that says windowform.net framework. It only runs on framework 4.8. Then when you click on create new projects, the name, you can make up any name you like. The location, you can change it to any drive that you like. And then you place solution on one same directory. Right now, if you notice, it said that Net Framework 4.8. There's no other option. If you click on create, then you click, if you don't see your tools bar, toolbox, you click on view, select toolbox. So you can go ahead and use your label for your text and your toolbox for the boxes you see here, and you can continue to create your own window form application. Next is slide number 15, which is .NET application. Is available online. You click on learn.microsoft.com, docs at the end, click .NET. It gives you the time to read more and expand your horizon. We're coming to the summary now. What have we learned so far? So far, we know that .NET is a Microsoft software platform for building applications. We know that .NET application can be built using multiple languages. We also know the basis of .NET going forward is .NET 6.0, the most recent platform. And we know the classical .NET 4.8 is being maintained. They have not yet stopped supporting it. And we know that Visual Studio is a full-featured IDE running on Windows for building all types of .NETs. We know that Visual Studio, it is easy to create and run program using C#. With the new console template in Visual Studio 2022, a new feature in C Sharp is a lot of boilerplate code is applied automatically by the compiler. We know you can use Windows Phone is supported by .NET 6.0 as an easy means of creating graphic user interface programs. You can access extensive .NET documentations online. You also learn that. Okay, I have a bonus for you to download my PowerPoint presentation. You can also download my lesson 1 code. For access, you need to send any amount of your choice to paypal.com to buy me a coffee. Just send it to drarchibong@live.com. And also you can look at the drive, click on it, and the share. I will give you the access to the folder to download what you need. At this point, we are going to do the demo hands-on. I'm going to launch this to Visual Studio. Okay, we are going to launch the Visual Studio and type the code. If you have installed Visual Studio, just right-click it. Now, when it opens up, what you do is create a new project. And you notice you're going to have a console apps. That's the one we are doing right now. Click on next. And then when you come to console apps, you can actually type the name of your program. Right now, I'm going to call this calculation. That is what I'm using. This is one is going to the same drive. So I'm going to hit next. And it's using .NET 6.0. You hit create. It takes a while for it to create what we need and the environment to write your application. Wow. And it's a hello world. To make our life easier, you can just copy the PowerPoint here and put it right there and delete the one that says hello world because that's not our own. All right, here is the change capital letters to lowercase. Everything has to match. If you see any error, that means we have not been able to fix the problem. Okay, now when you copy and paste, I realize that the character is not the same, so you have to do the best you can to change those characters to avoid necessary errors on your path. Alright, after all that is fixed, if you notice, there is no more rig. I notice that it is, well, we'll get to IntelliSense already. So here's IntelliSense. Let's click on it and see what the problem is. They are saying that there's too much space between the area. Let's go ahead and check out the, go to fix formatting, go down to where it says preview changes and see what changes it's going to give you. On line number, what line do we have here? Okay, if you notice, line number 9 is highlighted. Line number 9 here is in red, as I told you. The problem here is we need to close the gap here where it says area. And when we close the gap, this gap between the breast bracket, we need to apply it. And also that can give you another small space. And that shows that it's been fixed. Right now we are going to see how it looks like. Click on, you can do a control F5 without the debugging. Now watch how that is started here and The answer is over here. Width equal to 20, height is 5, the area is length times width. Width times height, that gives you 100. That means the program is working. So, and that is how you run the SQL Studio C#. The next one we are going to do is the window form. You click on File, click on New Solution, and we go to the C drive. So what I look like the GUI. All right, it's loading the designer. If you notice, I just load the simple cow GUI, and here is the GUI. And if you don't have your tools box, and then you click on View, and you will find the tools box there, or you can do Control Alt X. I already have a toolbox to show you. So this toolbox has the width, which is the label, and the text box, which is the box there, and the text box gives you the box. If you double click the box, you can see the actual code. And the code I said integer width, the exact same integer that we were using a while ago. Integer width, integer height, integer area, integer text area is the box. The text area is the area that will give you the answer, dot to string. And when you do go ahead and do the multiplication, you say width times height, and you will see the answer. Now to go back to the form, you click it here, and here is how the form look like. And you can look at each of the boxes and see what is going to display. The last one will say integer area equals to width times height. This is how simple it is using 2020 Visual Studio. Now, if you look on the actual program, this is the main program that has everything in simple form. Application.set high, application that enable, application that set compatible, application that run. And that's the one that run the form. But the form is, this is the form here. You can go on and build your own forms. You can bring another label in here and the bottom. And you can bring another text box in here and tap whatever you want. You can continue to build your window form that way. For this lesson, this is the end of the lesson and the hands-on that I promised, and we will continue the lesson the next time.